In a major update for millions of older residents across the United Kingdom, the Department for Work and Pensions is preparing to issue a new round of state pension payments, with many retirees set to receive around £921 this November. As the penultimate month of the year begins, the DWP's latest payment cycle is underway, and countless pensioners are watching their bank accounts closely as the new, higher pension rates continue rolling out. These updated rates follow the annual rise that came into effect at the start of the 2025-2026 financial year, which saw the full basic state pension climb to £176.45 per week, while those receiving the new state pension saw their weekly rate increase to £230.25. For many older people, this change represents another essential boost to help manage everyday costs, especially during a period in which living expenses continue to fluctuate across the UK. The amount you receive and the exact day your money is deposited isn't random, it's determined by a specific system tied directly to your national insurance number. Within this number, the last two digits act as the key that tells you precisely when each payment should arrive. If your digits fall between 0 and 19, your pension is typically paid on a Monday. Those whose numbers land between 20 and 39 can expect their deposits on Tuesdays, while digits between 40 and 59 correspond to Wednesday payments. Pensioners with numbers from 60 to 79 are scheduled for Thursday, and finally, those in the 80 to 99 range can look forward to their money being delivered on Fridays. This schedule is designed to manage the vast number of payments across the country each week, making the process as smooth and predictable as possible. Although these payments are based on a weekly rate, the state pension doesn't actually arrive weekly for most people. Instead, the DWP processes it every 4 weeks, creating a monthly style cycle. This timing can sometimes cause confusion, particularly around the start of the financial year, when many pensioners expect to see their increase show up immediately. In reality, because of the 4-week payment system, the effect of the rise may not be noticeable until May, depending entirely on where an individual happens to fall within their own payment cycle. That means while the new weekly rate technically begins in April, the date on which you personally see that increase may vary widely. For those who have chosen to spend their retirement outside the UK, there are additional differences in how the pension is delivered. People living abroad have the option to receive their state pension either every 4 weeks or every 13 weeks, depending on their preference. This flexibility is especially useful for those who may have different budgeting habits or who prefer larger but less frequent payments. However, an important factor to consider is that payments made outside the UK are issued in the local currency of the country where the pensioner resides. This means the actual amount received may shift from one payment period to the next, depending on international exchange rate fluctuations. Some months, your pension might convert to a slightly higher amount, while during others, changes in the global currency market could result in a smaller figure. Pensioners abroad also have the option of receiving their money into either a UK bank account or a bank in the country where they are currently living, depending on what is most convenient. The DWP also outlines what new claimants should expect when applying for their state pension. According to the department, individuals will be asked to choose the date they would like their state pension to begin when submitting a claim. Once that date is selected, the first payment should arrive no later than 5 weeks afterward. This initial stage may sometimes include a part payment depending on where the chosen start date falls in the overall payment cycle. After this early partial installment, pensioners will then transition into receiving their regular full payment every 4 weeks. The letter confirming the claim will provide a clear breakdown of what to expect, outlining the exact amount and the schedule on which future payments will be made. It's important for new pensioners to read this letter carefully, as it eliminates any guesswork and provides an official guide to when money will land in their account. Your payment day is normally fixed based on your national insurance digits, but there are occasional exceptions, particularly during bank holidays. When a scheduled payment date falls on a bank holiday, the DWP may adjust the date so that pensioners receive their funds earlier than usual, ensuring no one is left waiting for essential income. These adjustments are automatic, and pensioners typically receive prior notification so they can plan ahead for any temporary changes to their regular cycle. This reliability is a key part of the state pension system, providing stability and predictability for older people who depend on these funds to manage their monthly bills, groceries, travel costs, and other essential needs. The November payments, which total around £921 for many individuals, come at a time when many households are preparing for the winter season. Heating, transportation, and food expenses often climb during the colder months, and this payment serves as valuable support during a period when many pensioners may be watching their budgets more closely. While the exact amount varies based on each person's circumstances, such as whether they receive the basic state pension, the new state pension, or additional top-ups, this average figure provides a general idea of what many pensioners can expect. It's also worth noting that while the state pension forms a major part of most retirees' income, some individuals may also be eligible for other forms of support, depending on factors such as savings, health status, or living situation. However, the state pension itself remains the cornerstone of financial support for millions of retirees across the UK, and the structured payment system is designed to ensure stability and fairness throughout the year. Whether living in the UK or abroad, pensioners benefit from having a clear schedule, consistent communication, and accessible guidance regarding their payments. As the government continues to adjust financial policies year by year, many experts emphasize just how important it is for pensioners to stay informed about changes to the state pension and related benefits. The annual uprating, which is tied to national economic indicators and budget decisions, can have a meaningful impact on retirees' overall financial planning. For many older people, understanding how the payment system works, especially the timing, the national insurance number schedule, and how increases are applied, helps reduce confusion and allows households to budget more confidently throughout the year. Another point that often gets overlooked is how these payments interact with personal budgeting strategies. Some pensioners prefer to treat the 4-week cycle like a monthly paycheck, organizing bills and direct debits around it. Others choose to set aside a portion each cycle to manage unpredictable costs later in the year, such as holiday travel, medical needs, home repairs, or winter heating bills. Financial advisors frequently recommend reviewing your pension statement at least once a year to ensure you understand exactly what you're receiving and to check that your banking details and personal information are all accurate. Retirees living overseas face their own unique considerations, especially when it comes to exchange rates and local living costs. Even small fluctuations in currency value can make a noticeable difference in day-to-day budgeting. The DWP's option to choose between 4-week or 13-week payment cycles can be especially useful for international pensioners who prefer larger lump sums or need more flexibility when transferring money between accounts. These ongoing updates highlight the importance of staying connected to reliable information sources. So if you want to stay informed with clear breakdowns, updates, and practical explanations just like this one, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Your support helps me continue providing accurate financial news for you every week.